their crotches fortified, and she'd always, since high school, had her bikini area waxed professionally, sugared when that was the trend. Eyebrows, too, threaded now, by a woman in the mall who apparently Anya would have preferred to start her life in the prairies. Dani imagined a small farming community with perfect eyebrows, in stark contrast to the shaggy and wild wheat they sowed. Basically, Anya was the portrait of self-care, a pursuit the mothers in the online mom forums held sacred, and another maternal obligation for all but the lucky few to fail at spectacularly. Dani wasn't exactly sure how she and Anya had managed to remain friends for so long, other than they both liked drinking too much and had once known, intimately, the versions of one another they hated most. The raw, cruel, earnest material of their youth they'd both taken great pains to pasteurize and recast into forms more consciously selected. When Dani and Anya were alone with one another, they allowed these former selves to unfurl languorously from their facades, accessing big, true laughs and rare peace, despite having, technically, nothing in common. "What's a fourth-degree tear?" Dani had asked at that lunch with the mom friends. The last lunch, she didn't realize at the time, before she would go into labor. She leaned back in her chair as though distance from the explanation might inoculate her from it. She folded both hands over her moon of living belly, protecting the little person inside too. 9 months pregnant. Almost there. "A bad rip," said Ellen, still chewing, clearing away nacho debris with a long pull of margarita. "Poo-hole to goo-hole." She raised her eyebrows. And maybe that's why the C-section happened. Because Dani had just wanted it so very badly. Sweating, panicked, coiled helplessly around every contraction, incapable of just letting go, of breathing, her mind's eye yoked to Ellen's salted lips, tight around the vowels, poo-hole to goo-hole. And the body is just such a mysterious thing, especially as it pertains to childbirth. In fact, after reading book after book about the connection between fear and pain, the orgasmic, ecstatic, rapturous birth experience, the power of visualizations, I am petals unfurling, I am huge, I am opening wide as a cave, exactly as I should, for my baby to spill without pain. One might even come to the conclusion that the body is only mysterious as it pertains to childbirth, that otherwise, it's actually pretty predictable. A system of sphincters and pipes and cables that harmonize chaos like the warming of an orchestra pit. Ins and outs and organs thumping, processing fuel, petals unfurling, becoming huge, ejecting waste and sometimes life. And that was Lotte, Dani's precious baby, who mercifully bypassed her vagina, cried only when she really meant it, and completed a truly sublime figure 8 when she pressed her face into Dani's breast to eat. Wide awake in the hospital that first night, Dani's facade warmed, then thinned, to accommodate her new identity. This new love. And not just for Lotte either. She loved everyone now, every human being, because they'd all been babies once. And she cried from exhaustion, but also because everyone was actually so good inside. To love something this profoundly. It was no wonder some people were destroyed by it. Dani spent the first 2 days of Lotte's life gathering information from the nurses. What if she's constipated? Rub her belly this way. What if she stops latching? Just keep trying this way. What's the difference between spit up and vomit? There's no retch to spit up, no effort. You'll know. Look at her hips. Are her hips too small? I'm not sure what you mean. These women who answered all of Dani's questions, who cleaned the blood that gushed from Dani's numb nethers, who grabbed her breast and pressed it into Lotte's face as if it were some mess the infant had left on the carpet. They somehow erased the decades of shame Dani had tattooed all over her body. Flat, runny breasts and nipples too big. Trunk-like thighs. Coarse, forever razor-burned, even in places she never shaved. Being treated this way, like a piece of machinery designed to keep this baby alive, was the freest Dani had felt in maybe her whole life. Clark sat in a grubby vinyl chair in the corner of the private hospital room.